Look at Randy Orton slithering.
Oh, watch out, watch out, watch out! Oh my God! RKO! RKO out of nowhere! RKO out of nowhere! Orton's got the cover! Oh my God! He's done it! Randy Orton has done it!
Hello again my friends, hope you enjoyed the intro meme. So then things are starting to get really interesting. Shadowkeep's first weekly reset has introduced a whole heap of new things to do. Here's a rundown of what I'll be covering in this video. First up, there's some new construction work going on in the tower behind Ikora. It might not look like much at the moment, but this is in fact a significant plot development that will continue to evolve throughout this entire season. I'm going to explain exactly what Ikora is up to, and here's a pro tip for this engineer that's hard at work here. You may actually want to put the goggles over your eyes, you know, to stop the sparks from burning out your retinas. We're also going to look at Eris Morn's latest quest and how this will also progress throughout the new season. Now, I have to admit, I did do a sneaky lol when this happened.
No. Belle, not again.
I mean, how unlucky can you get, mate? Axe out of nowhere, embedded straight in your chest, elaters. Next up, the new hero difficulty nightmare hunts, which well, they're okay, I guess. I'm going to show you the new enhanced loot that has a chance of dropping from this activity. I'm also going to show you the new weekly nightmare location, its farmable chest, and the triumph loot you can unlock from finding all 4 of these fools. Next up, some of the fun new exotics and weapons being introduced in the upcoming Festival of the Lost event, plus a whole heap of other content, including more secret chests, Bungie's latest news updates, new info on the Vex Invasion's heroic loot, new weapon ornaments, and a little bonus content too, PlayStation 5 news. Sony has revealed that the PlayStation 5 will be called the PlayStation 5. I know, mind-blowing stuff. So yeah, lots to talk about. Let's effing well do this. Right then, you've probably noticed the new construction work going on behind Ikora in the tower. And new additions to the tower are definitely not something you see very often, so what's going on? Are the Vanguard building a cheeky McDonald's? Sadly, no. Ikora is in fact building a portal. You see, those Vex parts that you've been collecting for Ikora aren't just a way for you to acquire loot. Those Vex parts are also helping Ikora build her portal. The question is, what's this portal for? Well, the Vex have resurrected the Undying Mind, a massive hydra built to seize control of the Black Garden, and this obviously needs to be stopped. Now, a data mine quest step reveals Ikora's plans on how to do this once her portal has been built. Here's the description. The portal is completed. Now at last, the final phase of Ikora's plan to eliminate the Undying Mind can be put into practice. She and Zavala have tested the hardware extensively, locating and destroying dozens of instantiations of the Undying Mind. But there are hundreds, if not thousands, of copies still lurking in the garden. This task now falls to you. Enter the Black Garden to locate and defeat the Undying Mind. So yeah, every week you'll see the gradual progress of the portal's construction in the tower, and this is an excellent way of telling this season's story. The portal is being built before our very eyes. Players can visit Ikora after every weekly reset to see what kind of developments have taken place until eventually the work is complete. You see, in the build up to the release of Shadowkeep, Bungie spoke about creating an evolving world as this season unfolds, and this is certainly an example of that. Now, as you can see from Bungie's content schedule, this season's Vex offensive culminates in the final assault. You'll need to use Ikora's portal to locate and destroy the Undying Mind. Good stuff, Bungo. I'm looking forward to seeing how this all comes together. Next up, Eris Morn's new quest, which involves searching for fragments of her murdered friend's clothing. Now, upon completion of this quest, you're rewarded with an in-game cutscene and a powerful loot drop. It seems that after every weekly reset, Eris will have a new quest for players to take on, a quest that sheds light on the fate of a lost fire team. So far, we've learned about Seimota, who was killed by Omnigul, and Veltalo, that's the titan that took the axe to the chest. A killer blow delivered by none other than the Hive Knight, Alakul. In the coming weeks, expect to find out more about Tolan the Shattered, Omar, and Ariana. Next up, we're going to look at the new hero difficulty nightmare hunts, which have a recommended power of 920 and introduce a powerful new enemy known as champions. Now, I took out all 3 of this week's nightmare hunt bosses and was rewarded with a few mod drops and the Essence of Rage quest step. Now, hero nightmare hunts have a chance of dropping enhanced mods, which are actually quite rare. You can also get enhanced mods from the upcoming Iron Banner and the Garden of Salvation raid. So let's have a look at the mods that drop for me. Okay, so first up we have Nightmare Breaker, grants additional damage against enemy shields created by nightmare bosses. And the other mod I got was Nightmare Banisher, grants additional damage to your super against nightmare bosses. And just in case you were curious, here's an enhanced mod that dropped from a nightmare hunt. It's an enhanced Nightmare Banisher mod. This screenshot is courtesy of one of my Twitter followers, Paid to Be Famous. Next up, here's the location of this week's Wandering Nightmare. Now this guy's called Fear of Mythrax. You'll need to confront him by holding down a button before you can take him out. So what's the point of doing this? Well, if you defeat him, he spawns a chest which can drop glimmer, blue items and other minor loot. Now you can keep farming these chests if you want to, but I'm sure you can spend your time more productively. Now if you're a low power level, this guy is a bit of a bullet sponge, so grab a fire team or get your power level up. This thing also teleports everywhere, and it doesn't help that you have to fight him in a confined space, so beware of self-inflicted damage. As you can see, I got a blue helmet. LOL. Now the reason I want to kill these things is for this triumph. As you can see, if you take out 4 of these Wandering Nightmares, you get a 100 score triumph and the Moonshot Shell. Now I missed the first week's Wandering Nightmare, so I only have 1 completed. These will no doubt rotate every 4 weeks, so don't worry if you missed the first one like me. Next up, a cheeky sneak peek at some of the new Festival of the Lost loot. This event goes live on the 29th of October. First up, we have a new exotic Tombstone emote. The description reads, "It's with the greatest sorrow that I wish to pay my respects." Now the troll potential for this emote is definitely there. Just imagine taking out a player in the Crucible and then paying your respects at their freshly erected tombstone. Next up, we have this delightful little fellow, an exotic ghost shell called Jack-a-Shell, as in Jack-o'-lantern. Remember, Festival of the Lost is a Halloween event, so expect Halloween themed loot. And finally, we have a Festival of the Lost weapon. Now nothing is yet known about this gun, but we can make a few guesses on how we'll get it based on the last Festival of the Lost event. Now if you remember, the last event's vendor was Amanda Holiday, and she was selling the Horror Story auto rifle for 120 fragmented souls. And here it is. Now this weapon came fully masterworked with a curated role that included the Zen Moment perk and the Rampage perk. Expect something similar with the new festival weapon. Next up, another Trove Guardian has been located here on the moon. Killing him unlocks a pathway to a secret chest. To check it. Here's the loots that you get. It's not very good. A little bit of glimmer, 1 planetary material, and a blue. Hooray. Now the fusion rifle that you saw me use against the Trove Guardian is this, Zealot's Reward. I got it from completing the first raid encounter, and I gotta say, I absolutely adore this thing. It's got accelerated coils, which speeds up its charge. It's got shield disorient, which means if I take out void enemies, it messes them right up, and it's also got high impact reserves. Rounds at the end of the magazine deal more damage, so let's quickly see this in action. So then here I am with my lovely new raid fusion rifle. Now there's just so much that I love about this perk combo. If I kill anything with void shields, nearby enemies become disorientated, which is a perk I've always loved. I got the same perk on my hammerhead and I use that thing all the time. And the more ammo you run through, the more powerful the weapon gets, because rounds at the end of the magazine deal more damage. But I think it's just the charge speed that's the icing on the cake for me. It barely feels like you're charging it at all. You can get through enemies quick. And for you audiophiles, here's what the weapon sounds like without me yapping. Next up, an update on how to activate the heroic version of the Vex Invasion. Now in my last video, I said that you need to take out both Hydras before killing the Vex Gate Lord, and that you needed to do this 3 times in total to spawn the huge Vex boss in the 4th encounter, a boss that drops powerful gear twice a week. Now it appears that this isn't the case. It seems as though spawning the 4th encounter is basically RNG. Killing all the Hydras can spawn it, killing none of the Hydras can also spawn it, so just kill everything as fast as you can and hope that you get lucky. Next up, a little bit of Bungie news. Check out this tweet. We just deployed server-side changes to reduce the amount of heavy ammo in Control, Clash and Supremacy. We'll be doing the same in 3v3 Survival with an update later this month. So yeah, ammo in Control, Clash and Supremacy will now spawn in less frequently, and the same will happen for Survival in an upcoming update. It's really nice to see Bungie responding so fast to player feedback. Okay guys, forgive me for what I'm about to do, but check it out. I'm about to buy the Great White Ornament. It's for the Hammerhead, and I gotta say that the Hammerhead is probably the weapon I've used most in the game, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. Boo yaxy to the shaxy. Okay then, so now let me open this thing and I'm going to pop it on and see exactly what it looks like. I'm quite excited. Alright, let's see what this thing looks like. Now guys, check it out. I wasn't lying when I said I've used this weapon a lot. I've got 8,866 kills with this thing. So let's now pop on the ornament and see what it looks like. A boom. Let's have a look. Nice. Tasty. I like the look of that. That's good. Okay, there you go, I got the ornament. Now guys, if you were curious about what the Battle Pass Vex ornaments look like on all 3 classes, well, wonder no more. My pal Oki has been burning through his ranks and unlocked all the ornaments. Now you have to reach rank 97 in order to unlock the entire set, so yeah, there's a lot of grinding to do if you want to look like a filthy Vex robot. And finally, we have some PlayStation 5 news. Now it's worth noting that this image is a dev kit and in no way represents what the final design of the PlayStation 5 will look like. So yeah, Sony officially confirmed that their next gen console is going to be called PlayStation 5. No real surprise there. It's going to launch near the end of 2020 with a really nice series of controller upgrades. Now the controller will look very similar to the current DualShock 4, but with an extra hole which experts believe could support a microphone for voice commands. The controller will also have a precision HD rumble feature to help you feel in-game action in a really unique way, and the controller's triggers will provide varying degrees of resistance. So for example, pulling back an in-game bow will feel different to pulling the trigger of a gun. Other nice features include longer battery life, and apparently the PlayStation 5 controller feels lighter than an Xbox pad with batteries inserted. That's not to mention ray tracing for realistic lighting effects, a solid state drive for super fast load times, and a 4K Blu-ray player. So yeah, the PlayStation 5 looks like it's gonna be a nice bit of kit. We're still a year away from release, so expect more details to be drip fed over the next 12 months. And that, my dear friends, brings us to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Now guys, what did you think of the PlayStation 5? Leave your comments below, I really want to hear what you have to say about it. Thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, subscribe for heaps more content, click the on-screen image to see more Destiny content from me, and we will speak again very soon, my friends.